Welcome back, Doom Tubers. It's room tour time once again. I did one of these about a year ago, not quite a year ago, and the room's changed quite a bit since then, so I figured I would go ahead and do an updated room tour just for grins, because last time I did one I only had like 10 subscribers, so now that I've got lots more subscribers out there, like 215, 220, something like that. So thank you all for subscribing, and yeah, let's get started. Over here is my token boxes of junk. Everybody tends to have one of these in their game room, and mine's no different. So yeah, just in these drawers is just random, just junk, and some hats and posters and stuff in that one, and coming over here, we've got just lots of random equipment and guitar pedals and some tape recorders and things like that. And up here is where the gaming stuff actually starts. I've got lots of my extra controllers, extra PS2, N64, a humongous Dreamcast controller, a mouse, and my Pogs somehow made it into this drawer. So there you go. That. And moving right along, I guess, over here, if I move this table out of the way, there's some more plastic drawers. Just some random extra cases and manuals and stuff, and all the notes I've gotten from different trades and stuff, and memory cards, some DS cases and stuff like that. On here is the bulk of my comic book collection. Just the ones that I'm not currently reading or like going to read. Those are all in a stack over on the bookshelf. And then up here, I've got all of my extra empty cases, stuff like that, and case parts. That's an old PC game case, and things of that nature. And then now we'll move over here, back to this one, show off some decoration. This is an Atari 7800 system. I have everything except the power supply, so I actually haven't been able to test this yet. So right now it's just taking up space as a decoration. And got, what's his face up here? Unicron. Good grief, couldn't remember his name. He lights up. He's a mean dude. And got my PC copy, big box, Panzer General from Mr. T.G. Opelaus back here. And some random crap in a flower pot. And then over here, got some pucks from the Mighty Ducks. And my Hobbit audiobook. Oh, that was pretty cool. My mom found that at an auction. Kind of a cool collector's set. Star Trek box model thingy. And then my Master Chief head from, once again, Mr. T.G. Opelaus. And you can see my wife recording in the background. She's laughing now. And inside the head, actually, is where I keep the spare copy of the game. This is the Halo 3 Essentials and the Halo 3 Legendary Edition copy, still sealed. And then I also have in here the Halo Companion DVD set. This was also sealed too. So that's where I keep those, just because I have no better place to put them. Then on the wall, we have my Secret of Mana poster I got from someone on Atari Age a while back. And then Dragon Ball Z Vegito is up there just because I have no other place to put it. And oh yeah, I forgot about this bin here. This is where I keep my extra Game Boy stuff. My Game Boy games that I didn't make cases for yet. And some random stuff in there. There's an extra stylus in there, some batteries, and some Super Mario Brothers stickers. And move the table back. And then over here is my CD collection. It's nothing fancy right now. I actually sold a ton of these CDs in the past at garage sales and things. And I used to have something like 400, 500 CDs, something like that. And I haven't counted recently, but it's significantly less. It's just 3 full shelves and then 1 half shelf here of CDs. So you can kind of get a glance look at that collection there. And on top, got some Mighty Max figures, sets, and Halo Mega Blocks, and Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then a Donatello hanging on the wall. And then there's a Halo 3 Master Chief poster hanging up behind the shelf that you can't really see. I put that shelf there after I put the poster there and decided I didn't really feel like moving it, so I left it there. Down on the next shelf, or on below the CDs, there's some extra VHS tapes and my box for the Last Story Collector's Edition, or the Special Edition, whatever. Got that there, an extra CD drive, just some random odds and ends, and some Legos down here, but we're not going to get into that. And then the real meat and potatoes of the room is actually over here in the games. So we start off here with my NES collection, that you can't really see because of my big head. This is my NES collection. It's fairly small compared to what it used to be. I've significantly reduced the number of games that I have just because, I don't know, I just found that I didn't play them very much because a lot of them were just really bad. So I've kind of just weeded out the crap and just kept the good stuff. And I plan on doing a collection video soon. And then below that is my N64 games over in this corner here. And then my Atari Jaguar games over here. Got some good ones. Got Raiden, Iron Soldiers, fantastic. Tempest 2000, Doom, of course. Wolfenstein 3D, and Dino Dudes. So, yeah, that's my small but significant Atari Jaguar collection. Then over here, just some PC games, including my wife's favorite game, Lemmings. And then back in the corner is my cassette tape collection. I kind of showcased that in my last room tour. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it right now because most people don't care about cassette tapes, but the cases come in handy for making Game Boy game cases, like I showed in my last video. On top there, we got my Sam Hain box set and Patsy Cline collection. Yes, I am a Patsy Cline fan. That is, you do not need to adjust your television set. Okay, now the next shelf. On the bottom, we'll start there. Just some extra VHS tapes I didn't really have room for, including my Alfred Hitchcock collection that I got at an auction a while back. And my strategy guides, I have Metal Gear Solid 2, I've got Doom 3, and then a Doom 3 art book, making of art book, and then I've got Final Fantasy X, Pokemon Heart Gold, stuff like that. Next shelf up, just a bin full of crap, and some books, and then I've got the comics that I need to read soon, and also a few copies of few issues of Nintendo Power. And then also every issue of Game Informer that I've received since I signed up at GameStop, which isn't very many, and I haven't read any of them yet. I'm so bad at reading magazines. With the internet these days, I just don't read magazines. And then next up, just some more books and a beer bottle, and then we start in with some more games, my very small but substantial PSP collection, and my 3 PlayStation 1 big box games right here. And then up here, we have my Atari 2600 and 7800 collection. The 7800 games are right here, just these 4. And, yeah, 2600 games behind that. My very small Genesis collection, and my fairly small Super Nintendo collection, but we got some good stuff in there. We've got Wolfenstein, Ultima, Super Mario, Mystic Quest, Final Fantasy II, some good stuff. I plan on showing all those in a collection video also. And next shelf, starting at the bottom once again. These over here are actually my borrowed games. Quake 4 and Armored Core 4, Yakuza 3, Tenshu Z. Actually borrowed. All of those are actually Haas's games. And the rest of them is my PS2 collection. And then up shelf, we got PS3 games here, my Wii games, GameCube, and the back half, or the back end of my Xbox collection over here. Next shelf up, we've got my very small Dreamcast collection, and then the rest of my PlayStation 1 collection, and my Game Boy Advance cases, or games that fit in or that I made cases for, my DS and 3DS, and then Wii Sports on the end there. And then my Xbox and Xbox 360 collection is up here. This collection in my last video was actually pretty sad. It's pretty substantial now. Reason that I have 2 Halo 2 cases is one of them is actually mine, and the other one is actually a friend's, because I opened up my copy and well, you can see why I had to borrow one, because I opened it and there was no game in there. So I borrowed a friend's copy so I could actually play it, and I haven't given it back yet, so it's on my shelf. Need to do that at some point. But yeah, got the rest of the games, yeah, that's my Xbox collection. Moving over to the top of the shelf to show off some decorations. I've got the Holst Planets on cassette. I've got Love of Terminator, one of my very favorite series ever. Doom on the 32X. I don't actually even own a 32X, but I have Doom for 32X. Another Mighty Max set. Got a Metalhead, a Donatello, Doc Ock, and another little figure I have no idea what he's from, but I'll be damned if I don't have him. And then my Kiss Army shot glass. I don't even drink, really, especially liquor, but there you go. There's my shot glass. And for those of you who know what my favorite movie of all time is, there's a novel of the movie that I found at a thrift store a while back, and then, of course, Star Wars right beside it there. Moving on to the next little cranny here, we've got just a corner full of random crap. I've got my Nintendo Now You're Playing With Power poster that has been up in every home that I've ever lived in since I got the poster when I was a very little kid. And then hanging off of that is an Angry Orchard box. Yeah, it's just really good cider. And then my tripod that's doubling as a hanger for my Xbox 360 headset right now, which just fell off the ground. And I've got a wooden sword and shield there, because that's just how I roll. Then down here we've got my vinyl collection that I don't really need to show off. It's just some random stuff tucked in the back there, and my binder with my CDs that I actually don't have cases for, so that's what is in there. And then we got my 8-track player, complete with Country Music Cavalcade. And then we've got my turntable, Technics, however you say it. Very good turntable, love it. Found it at a garage sale for like $3. And then up above, I've got the matching cassette deck that was $2, and I got those at the same sale. And actually, I got them at the same sale as I got this shelf at, and he just gave me this shelf. I had to come back and get it a couple of days later because I couldn't haul it that day, but it's a very substantial shelf. I keep saying the word substantial. I've noticed that. But it's a good word anyway. Substantial shelf, and I picked that up a couple of days later. And it's, of course, littered with decorations. I've got the Halo 4 Mountain Dew cans. One of them is empty and the other one is full. I decided not to open it. And I've got the 8-bit Pale Ale can. It's made at a semi-local microbrewery in Manhattan, Kansas. Tallgrass Brewery. Very good pale ale. I'm not even a big fan of pale ales, but that one's pretty good. Pierce Jedi will know what I'm talking about. I got a couple more Terminator figures. One down there that's broken. That's why it won't stay shut like that. But it was played with a lot. And then the front of this one is missing. Used to have a front faceplate. And we got Rodimus Prime in the back there. Transformer, orange with a red head. And we have just a speaker with some random toys on the top. And this is, I think his name is Virgil. I can't remember. He's the little owl from The Adventures of Mighty Max. Pretty sure his name is Virgil. Moving right along here because my battery is dying. We've got my desk, my battle station here in the Doom Lab. Just my 3DS case. I just keep some 3DS games in there for if I have to take it on the go with me. And one of the games I actually forgot to show off in my collection video, that is Contra 4. So there you go. That's a bonus to add on to my handheld collection. And of course my computer screen, my keyboard with a very cool mini katana on it. That was cool. That's how I open stuff, because I'm cool like that. And this is a really cool mug that I use for as a pen holder slash lighter holder slash screwdriver holder that my mom actually made for me. I was actually going to drink out of this, and that's what she had intended for, but it sprung a leak, so I use it as a pen cup now. And on the wall we've got the Fantomas album that was also a calendar. I just put it on that page just because I thought that this one was funny, but that's just me. And up here, of course, my my good VHS tapes. I've got a lot more VHS than this, but this is just my good ones. We've got some highlights, of course, would be this top shelf. We've got Star Trek 1 through 6, Generations, First Contact, all 4 Aliens, all 3 Back to the Futures, and then over here we've got my music videos. We've got 4 Metallica ones, and then I've just got some random other stuff. The Osbournes, Season 1, A Perfect Circle. I've got some Tool, another Metallica DVD. I'm a big Metallica fan, actually. Coheed and Cambria, Bleeding Through, Black Sabbath, some really good stuff there. And this is the box to the Halo 3 Legendary Edition that the Master Chief head came in. And then my DVD copy of Halo 4, Forward Unto Dawn. I actually just turned it like that just for this video because it's just really cool. And I'm really glad that I bought that on DVD. Moving right along, here is my CRT TV that I play my NES and my Atari 2600 on. My Atari 2600 is down here. And let's move this chair out of the way so the wife can get through. Right now, last thing I was playing was Galaxian, really great game. And I actually use a Sega Genesis controller to play it because I just don't like messing with joysticks. So a 6-button Genesis controller, what I have hooked up. And then right beside that is my Genesis Model 3, my Sega Dreamcast, in the Dreamcast right now. That may or may not be a burned copy of Mars Matrix. And next over here, my beloved Atari Jaguar. Right now it's got Trevor McFur and the Crescent Galaxy in there. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of dark back there. Then over here we've got my Super Nintendo, very yellow version with Secret of Mana in it and Yoshi's Island on front. Last couple of games I've been playing on that. GameCube and my Game Boy Advance SP right here. I got the Game Boy player in the, disc in there right now because Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 is on there right now. I'm trying to beat Dragon Warrior 2. It's kind of a slog, but we'll get there. And then over here, just a bin that I put together recently. I actually decided that it was a good place to put all of my controllers. So with the exception of the GameCube and Xbox, we got just some the Wii add-ons, my PS2 controller, a couple my 360 controllers, and below that is my stereo, which I only use plugged into my computer and my TV. I don't actually use it as a stereo. Up here is my 20-inch flat screen, symphonic, love it. It's a really great TV. Plugged in through my stereo so I have good sound. And my 360, still the original model that I had when it came out. Just some random figures, Halo, some Legos, Swamp Thing, love Swamp Thing. Monster in my pocket. And then over here, my toaster. And now we have my PlayStation 2. What was the last thing I played in here? Wizards and Warriors, yeah! And then up here, we have Ratchet and Clank. And original Xbox, I primarily use this for emulation. I don't know what's in there right now. Phantasy Star Online. That's the last thing I played now. I actually just threw that in there to test it out, to see if I can even play it offline. And Super Mario 64 inside my N64. And then below that, I almost forgot about it because it's out of sight, out of mind, is my Nintendo Wii. And I don't even know what's in there. Pandora's Tower. I can't remember the last time I even played Pandora's Tower. But it's in there. Okay, and then lastly, here we'll show off my pufferfish that my mother-in-law brought me back from Florida. Fake eyes, of course. And, of course, my, I don't know how big that is, foot-tall Terminator figure. Alright, that's it. That's a tour of the Doom Lab. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's very hot in here. I'm sweating profusely, and I'm sure Mrs. Doomwaves is tired of holding the camera up. So we'll wrap it up. That was just a quick game room tour, and like I said, I'm going to plan on doing some more collection videos, so you'll actually get to see my games close up and not such a quick pan over. So thanks for watching. Doomwaves out.